In this part of the tutorial, let's try implementing the Drift database in your Flutter application. And here I have added the required dependencies, and the code for this tutorial also I'll be providing in the description section below. So there also you can find the dependencies. And now in the main.dart here, I'm just not going to do anything with this particular code for now. And I'm going to create a folder here, and inside this folder we are going to make the configurations, the files we are going to add here which are required for the Drift database. So the first file which I would be required here is like a table I'm going to create. So here I'm going to create a file called users.dart, and where we are going to import the Drift database first, drift.dart. So here I'm going to write a class users, and this will extend table here, so that it will specify like we are going to this particular class we are going to create a table. And the first thing is id we require, so I am specifying int column get id, and this is of the type integer dot auto increment, so id should auto increment every time. And the next thing is we require name, so text column here get text dot width length, and here we are going to specify the minimum length like 5 here, and maximum length 50, and also you can reduce the minimum length to 3 if you require any names that will only have 3 characters. Again, the next parameter what we require is the age here, so integer column, again this is also of the type integer only. Fine. So these are all the 3 things which we require here for this particular user table creation, and we'll be moving to the next file where we'll be declaring our database. So this particular file name I'm going to declare like app_database.dart, and also we require this users.dart file here. And also here the one of important thing is like we need to generate the code. So here I'm going to specify this particular import database.g.dart, and this particular file will be generated. Once we will generate, right, the error will be resolved. We need to add an annotation like Drift database, and here we need to specify the tables, users table, right? So users I'm going to specify here, and this is the table here which we have created, right? So here I'm specifying the users table, declare a class app database extends. So here this particular file will be generated, so app database file will be generated for us with the underhood configurations that are required for us in handling the database. App database open connection, and now we are going to declare this open connection even here, so lazy database. And why we are declaring lazy database for this particular open connection is like we don't want the database to get started on the app startup, so that the app startup might be delayed or slow. So we want the database to be created on the first query is made. So when the first query is made, right, that particular time we want the database to be created. So we are making use of the lazy database here, and asynchronous call here we are trying to make, and we have declared the path provider dependency, right? So using which now we are going to declare the db folder get application documents directory. Here we need the path, and for which I'm going to add an import now. So import path, and I'll be considering it like p, so that it will be easy for us to make use in the code. So p dot join, so here we have join, right? Let's make use of it, and db folder dot path, get the path and store the db. So the db name here I'm going to specify like app.db, and finally we are going to return the native database. So this is what the database exactly we want to create, but we don't want the database to be created on the app start, right? So that is the reason we are wrapping it with the lazy database, and we are doing in this way. And this particular open connection we have specified over here, schema version, and this is the first version, right, of the database. Again, this is the override method. Okay, users, and we have declared the database as well, and also the connection we have specified now. So now let's try to generate this particular file, and for this let us try to run this particular terminal command now. So Flutter, also make sure you are inside the project before running this particular command. So in the root level you should be, so build underscore runner. If you see in the initial tutorial, I mean we have added as a dependency build underscore runner, right? So now we are making use of it and try generating this particular code, and here this import file will be now generated. So here it is saying like app underscore database. Okay, fine. I've specified dot here instead of underscore. So yeah, that might be mistake. Let me rerun the command again, and let us try to see this time. I think it will be generated. Yes, the file is now generated for us. So this is the file which is generated, which I have said you, right? We'll be generating the boilerplate code here using the dev dependency here which we have added. Just a quick summary like what we did in this particular tutorial. We have created the table, and again this is a user table. So the three fields which we consider like ID, name and age, and these are all the requirements for this particular fields here. And we have written the app underscore database dot here, and here we have declared the app database with the tables which we have created, and also the schema version. So once you add the new tables or add the additional columns in the existing tables here, you can update the schema version here accordingly. So like every change you make, like every version update will be happening, so that your existing data in the database is being maintained throughout the different versions of database. And the open connection, and also you can make this particular as a separate file here, just like users how we made. You can create a separate file for this particular open connections, and there you can add this particular file just to make sure your code is easily readable and for separation of concerns here. Okay, and in the main.dot file we have not done anything till now. So just to make sure things are clear for you, I am going in a detailed step-by-step way. In the every tutorial I am covering a simple part, and here quickly I'll just want to show you how you can make use of this particular database here, and quickly remove this code and make use of the template here. So this particular template I have created in this part of the tutorial, and you can just go through the tutorial for how to create a template similar one for you. So app database, and here I am making use of the app database, and I am going to declare. So we'll be make sure widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialized, so that everything is being loaded before we are trying to run, before we try to run this particular thing. So database equal to app database, and this is how we initialize our database here, and later we'll try specifying run app, and here I am specifying my app. So this particular class I have specified here, just like every time we do. And now we got the database into our main.dot file, and in the next tutorial we'll try using this particular database and try creating the CRUD operations in Flutter application. So I hope this is clear for you, and the code for this tutorial I will be providing in the description section below. And if you like this tutorial, do like, share and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content on Flutter.